Hi, it's Jay Brew, and today we're going to go over the AAR contract for residential sales in Arizona. Exciting stuff, eh? Get my big nugget out of the way. But this is the contract. This is what it looks like. This is the main, what you're going to be filling out to live in your new home. I've made some sticky notes along the way, and we're going to go through some of them, but it's like 10 pages. And first things first, read every line. I know it's hard, but we always have to say that. This contract is buyer heavy, meaning that it protects the buyers. It's not a napkin. It's not a wholesale contract. If you ever get approached by a wholesaler or a for sale by owner or somebody that approaches you, they're going to be using their own contract, which is in their favor. This is a buyer. This is in favor of the buyer, and the real estate board made this to protect the public, basically. So on the very first page, you get right at it. Some sellers don't even get past this part right here. Address, legal description, full purchase price. This is the line that the sellers read. If you ever sold a house, I have many times, and that's the number you go to, and this is where the contract might end. You don't even have to go any further. So, and then the earnest money, how much you put down in good faith, the more the better. To make your contract a little bit more stronger. I think when writing the contract, I'm going to tell you what that home is worth, and we're going to go in with our best effort to make them avoid a counteroffer. The down payment is what you and your lender came up with. What you're going to put down, you might be putting 3.5% down if it's your first home. You might get a VA loan, 0 down. And then another important line is the close of escrow date. Sellers and buyers have different fantasies of dates they want. That's something that should be discussed before even writing the contract, so that your contract is a little bit more attractive. The fixtures and personal property. This is important too, because most sellers and buyers have no clue what stays, what goes. And a good way to look at it is what stays in the property. If it's glued or screwed, it stays. Meaning that if there's a shelf, you screwed it in or you glued it on the wall somehow. I know they have those sticky things. It stays. Light fixtures stay. Mailboxes, shutters. One thing important is your stove stays, because your refrigerator, washer, dryer are down here. Ceiling fans and window coverings all stay. And of course, you can ask for different things in the next page. So financing, your pre-fault qualification letter. This is super important. It must accompany the contract. You get that from a lender, your bank, and it basically shows that you can afford this property. And we have seller concessions here. You can ask for closing costs from the seller. That would be handled through title. And we choose the escrow officer and company that handles the distribution of money after the fact. Disclosures, there's 2 things that you will get. The SPUDS is 3 days after, and the insurance claims history is 5 days after contract acceptance. The SPUDS is it's a disclosure statement that the seller fills out. If they had a leak, if there was a fire, they have to disclose that, or else it can come back on them later. Insurance claims history, we'll know if anything's been claimed in the last 5 years. This is a really interesting phrase right here too. Condition of premises. Buyer and seller agree that premises are being sold in its present physical condition as of the date of contract acceptance. Meaning, if they accept our contract and there was grass on that day, and then they accepted our contract and they turned off the water, they owe us grass if that grass is dead on the close of escrow. Meaning also too, it is in as is condition. So that is, and it can all be formed with the inspection period. Here we go. And we have 10 days to do an inspection period. In those 10 days, we'll get a contractor or a professional inspection company to get It'll cost you $300 to $500. We want to do it right at the start, so we have a lot of days to think about what we want to put on the Binzer. The Binzer is what we want fixed. Is the AC working? We want that fixed. Is the fan not working? Anything that can be fixed, or if it's hazardous, it needs to be fixed. So that's where you'd put it on the Binzer. And we have 10 days to do the inspection. So, and that's where comes in. The Binzer, the buyer to screw. In the Binzer, we have 10 days for inspection. We fill out the Binzer and we hand it to the seller and say, can you please fix this? And they have the choice of not fixing it, or they have the option of fixing it, or sometimes there's an allowance of money for the fixing if they're out of town or something. So it's pretty important to know. Every home purchase you get through me, we have a home warranty plan. We are going to write this home warranty plan in it. If not, I will pay for it. The way this is written out here, will be ordered by the buyer. We have my home warranty company, this is the home warranty that I'm familiar with and we use it for the company. We have a $600 plan, and that will cover your AC unit and a lot of things that turn off and on. And I'll give you a copy of that beforehand. All carpets to be, and this is the additional terms. So if there was something you would like the carpets were dirty, you can get them cleaned. The island in the kitchen is not glued or screwed, so they can take it. We would maybe want that if it's on one of those rolly carts. Barbecue in the backyard, stuff like that. This is where we would add it. Terms of acceptance, we give 24 hours usually, or the sooner the better. We don't want other offers coming in, especially in this market. And then once we have this all signed up, the seller can counter. If they check this box, they counter, and they would give us 24 hours to respond. And then we have to decide if we want to accept the counter offer or counter that counter offer. But that is pretty much it. And of course, there's a bunch of other forms in the paperwork that I would be presenting to you. But if you have any questions, I would love to sit down and go through this before you make an offer. My name is Jay, and you can call me at 480-466-4917. Hope you have a great day.